Hi guys, it's Brandy Dyson. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my ESL experience so far this year in my classroom. So I teach 5th grade and I have 29 students and 3 of them are considered ESL. There are 2 Spanish speakers and 1 Korean speaker, and the Korean speaker and the Spanish speaker are both level 4s proficiency according to WIDA, and one of the Spanish speakers is actually a level 5. So they are in the classroom with me most of the day. They do have the option to be in a pull-out group with one of our ESL endorsed teachers who does a Language Central group is the program that we use. It's mostly for levels 1 through 3 according to the WIDA, and our district doesn't require them to go to that once they're past a level 3. But we do send them, it's optional, we can send them a couple times a week just to get extra practice on our language arts skills for the week. So, as I said, level 4s and 5s, Spanish and Korean, and they do really well in the classroom. Our schedule throughout the day, I split it into thirds usually. So we have a third of the time is whole group instruction, a third of the time is small group or partners, and then a third independent work, and all 3 of them do really well in each of those areas. The independent obviously is a little bit more of a struggle for a couple of them. My Korean student actually prefers to work alone, and he loves the independent time, and he does really well. He rarely needs help. If he does need help, he'll come and ask me, but he doesn't like to interact as much with his peers and ask for help, whereas the other 2 students that speak Spanish do rely heavily on their partners and peers to help them with assignments, specifically during independent time. They can do fine during the others, but our principal at our school is very involved in the school as a whole and specifically with our ESL students. She does speak Spanish as well as English, so it's nice to have that available whenever we need her to talk to any families or parents. She came around on back to school night, was very friendly, introduced herself, and so she's very involved. We have conferences this week, and I'm sure she'll be around and be talking to all the families and greeting them. So she's awesome, and it's nice to have that available rather than having to get another translator that you may not know. So my 3 examples of ESL students for this assignment. The first one, his name is Michael. So we were talking about our favorite sports throughout a story that we were reading. And as I was walking around the room, I heard him say that he likes soccer because you keep having movement. So that was his reply. He likes soccer because you keep having movement. So the thing I noticed about that sentence was you keep having movement like you're doing it right now. So his verb tense is a little bit off rather than past tense, or you had movement, or you were moving. So I know what he meant, but it's just that little verb tense that's a little bit off. And then the second one, my Spanish-speaking little girl said that gymnastics was her favorite because she likes to run on floor, was her response, to run on floor. So she's missing a little determiner in there, which floor are we talking about? The floor, the gymnastics floor is what she means, and we know that, but she needs that little word in there. And then the last example was my Korean student, Young-Gyul, and his response to the question of what was your favorite sport, and as they were discussing with their partners, he stated that he likes basketball, he likes to run on basketball, and practice with self was his response. I like to run on basketball and practice with self. So English speakers, we would normally say we like to run in basketball or while we're playing basketball. And practice with self, he's missing that pronoun in there, myself, reflexive pronoun. He likes to practice alone or with himself. So he usually would say, I like to practice by myself. So overall, they're just really minor problems with their sentences, with their grammars. And I feel like by the end of 5th grade, we'll pretty much have that fixed and they'll be ready for middle school and doing awesome. So thank you.